Welcome back to the Bald Book Geek. My name is Will, and let's do a wrap up. What have I been reading for the last few weeks? And it's been kind of random, a lot's been going on. So first thing first, I've read DARKDAWN by Kristoff. I was extremely lucky to get a review copy of this after being fobbed off by the British publisher. But I got my review copy at last, and oh boy, bloody hell, it's good. I'm going to do a video about that in its own right, so we'll move on to the next one. I read Aurora Rising, try saying that 10 times fast, by Kaufman and Kristoff. So I will be really blunt and say I'm not a great lover of the Illuminae books, just because outside of the gimmick of those books, I found them very generic science fiction. And actually, in a weird way, this is quite generic science fiction. It's a story I've read before, but it's very character driven. It's a YA, it's very easy reading, like all YA, you can breeze through this in a short weekend or even a day if you're just being lazy. And I really enjoyed it, and I was surprised. I'm looking forward to the rest. I wouldn't say it's like mind-blowing. I've read everything before, but I like the characters and I like the structure of the story. I read these two bad boys. So, I Spy and the Hills Have Spies, The Family Spies, book 1 and 2. So I was sent these by the publisher. I forgot to haul them when I got them. What I'm going to say is, basically the title says it all. These are spy novels. These are kind of thrillery in parts, a little bit of suspense, a lot going on, and they are really good, strong reads. Again, not perfect by any means, but strong reads and enjoyable. I don't know if I'll pick them up again though. So, that's me being honest. Turning Darkness into Light, from the author of The Natural History of Dragons. So, I love The Natural History of Dragons. I adore these books, and I have a slight dragon obsession. This book is kind of the same thing, and it just deals with dragons. There's a bit of a story going on, a lot's going on. It's a memoir, a fictionalized memoir. It's a really strong book, and, if you like that series, if you like The Natural History of Dragons, you will love this. I think if you haven't read The Natural History of Dragons, you might struggle. Shattered War. So I read the first book in the series, Time Shards. This is book 2. This picks up from where that left off, and essentially the universe has collapsed, time doesn't exist anymore, everything's all over the place, and basically it just picks up from where everything leaves off. You're left from this sort of dark end and this kind of what if moment of Time Shards to this, and although I enjoyed Time Shards and I enjoyed this, they are not rereads, but they are very enjoyable, great science fiction that merges many other genres together. Also, I like the notion of sort of a shattered time, where time doesn't exist, where people don't exist, or where this isn't happening, and that's what this is basically. So everything is happening at once. Library book time. The Kung Fu Trilogy. So, if any of you watched The Durrells, or as it's known in America, The Durrells in Kung Fu, this is the book it's based on. Just a really smart, fun, slightly fictionalized account of a man's childhood in Kung Fu and everything that happened to this weird and wonderful family. I've read it before. It's one of those books, I think I probably read it about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was nice to revisit it. And also Kung Fu as it was just before the Second World War, just before everything changed, I suppose. So overall, really enjoyable, nice reread, and good to go back. A Secret History of Witches. Now, I bought this in my library sale, and if you watch my book haul video that I did with the sale in it, this was kind of a random pickup. Someone had told me to read this because I like practical magic, so I read it, and I really enjoyed it. It's very similar. It's a time-spanning story of a family. It starts in 1821 and it moves forward to World War II. The downside to this is you can tell it's an American writer, and I mean that in the sense of how she's portraying parts of England and all of these places, and the United Kingdom, full stop. So you can tell she's an American writer, but I really, really, really enjoyed this, and I couldn't put it down. I read it in a weekend. It's a nice, short, sharp read, great fun, and actually nice. If you like Outlander, practical magic, that kind of magical realism, maybe you will enjoy this. as always, tell me what you guys have been reading. Tell me in the comments below. Always good to get a thumbs up on this video. And if you subscribe, please hit the bell icon, just because of, to be really blunt about it, because YouTube's notifications and subscription feed is somewhat wonky. You can find me on my social media platforms as always. Just Google The Bald Book Geek, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.